The Atlanta Fed GDP Now forecast is currently saying the economy is crashing at nearly 3 percentage points. Does this mean the economy is currently in a recession? I don't think so. First, these Now forecasts are interesting tools, but very volatile. Two, this is not the only GDP NowCast out there. The New York Fed also has one, and as you can see, it's showing a positive number, plus 2%. So what happened? The Atlanta Fed NowCast dropped dramatically once reports came in about a huge increase in imports. Because the gross domestic product is trying to calculate what we produced domestically, we need to subtract imports. But, and here's a really big but, where we all have to learn about like 101 principles of how this thing is calculated. The whole purpose of subtracting imports is to prevent double counting. If the American economy, worried about oncoming tariffs, all of a sudden buys a ton of imports from abroad, we would see other things go up. Specifically, this C over here. The C represents consumption. So if you bought a washing machine over the past month to get it before the tariffs get applied, your consumption is going to go up. Consumption goes up, imports go down, gross domestic product is not affected because nothing changed about what was produced domestically. Well, maybe the rise in imports happened very suddenly. Businesses were putting in a lot of imports and they just haven't sold them to consumers yet. So if that were the case, the change in inventories would go up, and change in inventories is part of investment. A large sudden increase in imports will not have an effect on how we measure GDP once all the numbers come in. Because of all the headlines, Patrick Higgins of the Atlanta Fed wrote a nice article with a few clarifications, specifically noting that many of these new imports were gold. And if we have an adjusted model, they no longer find GDP is contracting, but rather it is increasing by 0.4%. Or if you want a graph, Mishtalk put one together. Going back to the New York Fed NowCast, the average between 2.6 and 0.4 is around 1.5 percentage points, which is a real slowdown, but certainly not a recession. Yet. But I doubt the new moderate numbers will achieve anywhere near as many headlines as the release did a few days ago. So like, share, subscribe, let people know the moderate news.